Amazon here. We have Braden, Bobby, Gibson, Evan. Logan couldn't make it today, unfortunately, and I'm Brandon. And I'm going to be talking about the history of Amazon. So it all started with Jeff Bezos, who is currently working for a Wall Street firm called E. Shaw & Co. He was the vice president of it at the time. And suddenly he had the idea that he wanted to create his own business. And so he moved to Seattle, Washington to work on, he only called it his business plan at the time and didn't really tell any of his coworkers about it at all. So on the initial startup, he had the idea, he saw that the internet was like a big growing industry at the time, and he was an avid reader at the time, so he wanted to start selling books online. And so he came up with the name Amazon because he wanted to be first in like alphabetical orders, and he also liked that it was somewhat of an exotic name and something that would catch on and stick out from like surrounding competition. Initially, his parents gave him $250,000 to start up his company, and so shortly after that, his website launched, Amazon, on July 16th, 1996. And so as with any companies, there's difficulties at the beginning with startup. He made the claim shortly after starting that he was the world's largest bookstore, which Barnes & Nobles instantly took that into legal action just because they were claiming that he was technically a book broker, not a bookseller at the time, but eventually that did wash over and Amazon held the claim and continued using that slogan. Another issue that popped up was the 2001 dot-com bubble burst, and so that was in the stock market. That was like all of the internet companies' stocks were really quickly growing, and eventually that burst just because of the large influxes in the stock market. So as with growth, he came up with the slogan "Get Big Fast," which was a huge thing as a company growing, and he did exactly that. Originally, he intended not to have any warehouses and for everything to be sold direct, but quickly he realized he needed those and started building warehouses, and he became profitable by 2001. He then began to expand from books and not only sell just books and would start selling convenience items and merchandise and all of that stuff. Shortly after, he came up with the Kindle, which would then compete with many paper copy books, and eventually by 2011, that would surpass paper copies of books in sales. So moving on to the current day, Amazon is now the largest internet-based company in the world with 1.1 million employees worldwide as of 2022. And then in 2020, e-commerce sales generated $386 billion in sales. Jesus.
Alright, so I have the environmental analysis as Amazon is a company. It poses a lot of problems because when you think of Amazon, you don't really think of AWS, you don't think of Amazon Web Service, which is they host websites. So they have the money to host it, and you pay basically rent to put up that website. But when talking about environmental analysis, I'm mainly going to be talking about the shipping stuff, Amazon.com. There's externally, which is where they're located at outside, how other companies that are competing with Amazon are viewing them. And I have two companies right here. That's Don Quixote. That's in Shibuya, Japan. And they sell secondhand goods and they sell snacks, but instead of selling them individual packages, you get them in big packages. And then there's also, I think this is Whole Foods. And with these two companies, the difference between that and Amazon, Amazon delivers, and with these places, you have to go to them. But now there's internally, and most of that's going to be talked about by my homie here, and there's going to be mostly covered in slots. But to next one. So externally, so what's going outside right now that's affecting Amazon is COVID. There's COVID. A lot of people are stuck in their houses, and no doubt that I think that Amazon's mostly the most go-to for people when they're ordering stuff. they have their own website, or not website, they have their own app for phones, for Samsung on Google's like store, and then there's, Apple Store. And a second environmental analysis that I wanted to put down was gas prices. People are staying, I feel like, gas prices are really high, and a lot of stuff are being ordered, to their houses, so that's something that could correlate to one another. There's also the Ukraine war. I don't know why the war, but there's an arms conflict going on right now. And in 2019, Jeff Bezos was asked to put down the Confederate flag on his website after Walmart, Target. Well, I don't think it's 2019. It's 2017. Way back. And Jeff Bezos said no. He was like, I don't want to be judgmental of his words, but he basically said he didn't want to, have any political left or right, but at the end of the day, he just wanted to sell some stuff. That's what he said. So right now Russia is attacking Ukraine, and what Jeff Bezos decided to do was he's just not gonna sell anything to Russia, which is I don't want to be rude, but that was kind of surprising for my decision. I thought he would left that out, but he decided to put an embargo on Russia. I believe it's called embargo, or is it? Basically, so nothing's being sold to Russia at the moment from Amazon. So that's really cool. So that's, stuff around outside really dictates what's going on inside the company. Now, environmental analysis looking on the inside with an internal analysis. So how I view the company, I'm just going to skip that. I don't think that's that important right now. But local businesses, they don't really jive with Amazon because of what Amazon's offering. When you go into a small business, prices are really usually high because when small businesses buy specific goods, it's usually going to come in like, I'm sorry, I'm getting nowhere right now. But local businesses do not like Amazon. And then there's also super center chains, which sell prices and sells goods on the same levels as Amazon in terms of pricing, but you think of, do you want to drive there, do you not, and all that stuff just factors into the, how we view these companies. And my first slide is mostly I wrote this down as to investigate the assets of the company. Amazon is a company that have AWS, which is Amazon Web Service. We talked about that. They also own Twitch. They're the parent company of Twitch, so they get passive income no matter what. Has anyone ever been on Twitch.com? Or a lot of people have. They get a flat percentage of the donations. When you want to say something to a streamer, whoever's streaming, you can donate money into their inbox, and you can put a little message in. And in Twitch terms of service, I believe that they have, is it 11%? I don't think it's 11%, but it's lower. They get a flat cutout at any time. So, and this is also the employment or the employee count of Amazon that I found online. It's just slowly going up. I see Amazon advertising for more jobs or more hirees. I was trying to find a job last week. I found Amazon packaging over. I didn't get the job, but there's that. I found it very interesting that they have a very high count of people in there, and yeah.
Hi, so I have the 4 P's of marketing mix. We all know what that is. So, product. Amazon started off as just selling books. I'm not really sure how long off the top of my head. I'll make sure to have that in the final. Then Amazon has it for anything you can buy on their website. They expanded that for a lot of things. Places, it started off as Amazon.com. You can go on the website and buy whatever, and then they deliver it to you. But the one up there in the corner is the warehouse where they like get the packages and they send it to you. And then one of the newest thing Amazon has created is Amazon Go. Yeah. Promotion. Some things Amazon does to promote it is one of the interesting things actually is communication. They actually communicate with their customers a lot more than any other place like Walmart or anything or eBay. They actually like wanted to know what the actual customers actually think, and then they revise that plan and make the website actually better. And then discounts. I know for being an Amazon student, like being a college student, Amazon has like Prime discount for students and yeah, stuff like that. Amazon makes it better. Prices. Nice thing about Amazon is with their competitors, they like try to stay the same prices as them. But the reason why I put change right there is they can change their prices really, really fast. That's one of the benefits of Amazon.
Alright, so I covered the SWOT analysis of Amazon, and so for the strengths, they are, as Brandon previously said, they're the largest online retailer and second largest retailer, just in a little behind Walmart. And so just that factor alone really helps with the recognition and helps with, just making them well known so people will go to them. Like when you think of grocery stores, a lot of people automatically think of Walmart, just like when you think of online shopping. You don't think of other websites, think of Amazon first off. Their huge growth is due to their the design of their website. They have a very low cost structure, on a variety of products and sellers, and this attracts a lot of customers, and therefore invites a lot of feedback, which leads to a lot of improvement, and that improvement garners more sellers, and which to sell more products on there, and then the whole cycle kind of repeats over and over again. Which and then just that's why they are very effective at growing and being dominant in the online market share. And the other services they offer, for example, like Prime Video, are kind of in a symbiotic relationship with Amazon. Like I don't know if you've gone on the Amazon website, you see a lot of advertisements for Prime or Prime Video, and so people shopping for say some clothes or toys on Amazon for a Christmas gift, they'll see these ads for Prime Video and go check it out or buy a subscription, and then that kind of feeds into their growth too. So a lot of the weaknesses, they're very restricted in their market. I believe it's about 61% of their total market share is in North America alone, and so a lot of potential markets, potential customers are kind of just lost because they aren't really exposed as much as they could be outside of the rest of the world. Another big weakness on them is their loss of revenue from shipping. Like Amazon Prime, they offer, I think it's about 50% of their products offer free shipping or very reduced shipping rates at some sort, and so the shipping cost rates from that factor was not all the numbers hidden, but it was in the recent years it went from about 38 billion to over 61 billion due to the reduced shipping rates. And other underdeveloped services like publishing, for example, they start off as a bookseller, but nowadays really they're focused incredibly heavily on their web services, and so all the other services like Amazon Publishing are really falling behind. And so like Amazon, they might seem like they have a very stable, very profitable system, but outside of AWS, Amazon Web Services, it's really kind of fragile because of the lack of focus on all their other services or for publishing. And all their opportunities are really tied into the weaknesses, and so like one of the big opportunities is expanding to new markets. I just put South America up there as an example, because again, like I said, they're really concentrated in North America, and so any outside expansion could lead to potential huge profits. Physical expansion is another one. Like their largest competitor, Walmart, has I'll cover the next slide too, is recently started to expand into the online world, and so if Amazon does the opposite and try to do more physical stores like Amazon Go, for example, that could really be another source of profit for them. And then another large opportunity they have is backwards integration, where like most of the products on their websites aren't theirs, And so if they create their own line of products and market their own line of products, it'd be another large source of revenue to compete with other sellers and maybe even drag more sellers into their websites, looking to, gain a share of that profit. And threats, like I said before, they're aggressive competition with like Walmart. Walmart partnered recently with Shopify to create a better online system. And so that's really kind of digging into Amazon's share online. And so if Amazon, like I said before, expands either into the physical world of shopping or tries to better their website, that's a way to combat it. And then I'm sure we've all seen on Amazon page, like you look up some specific products, you'll see a lot of like repetitive options for the same thing. And that's due to like they don't really have that tight of security when allowing sellers onto their website and just being able to sell product. And so they really need to tighten their security and tighten the methods of which they scan for sellers and scan the validity of products. And then the last biggest threat for Amazon is like government regulation, like antitrust laws regarding or laws regarding worker treatment. We've seen recently how Amazon there's been a lot of bad press regarding how they pay their workers and the conditions in like some of their some of their warehouses, for example. And so that's another focus they really need to worry about is just better press regarding the worker treatment and working around those government regulations while still remaining profitable.
Alright, I'm Brandon Park and I'm going over the case study. So the biggest competition to Amazon is eBay, and both companies released in the mid 1990s. So they both started out pretty at the same time. Amazon, biggest e-retailer in the United States, it's not the cheapest but not the most expensive. As you can see from this chart here, you have many different options of products, including electronics. And then you have and a thing that eBay doesn't do well with is electronics. As you can see right here, and it also shows that eBay is most of these, eBay is the highest, but in the electronic area, you have Walmart and Amazon at the top. eBay is a worldwide e-commerce company, mainly known for its auctioning, and that makes it more flexible to where people can sell more items that are rare, like things that aren't really sold in stores now, in the present. Why is Amazon more beneficial than eBay? Customer trust focuses on the customer's vision, mission, and values, and with this, it creates it shows what that Amazon knows what the customer needs and wants. That's why they have these categorized products together on the website. And also, Amazon has more branding policy, has more brands with them, like Nike, and other well-known clothing industries in there. And it also had, product listing, over 119 million products are listed on Amazon, and per minute it's 4,000 products sold, which shows that Amazon is getting a lot of customers. And then you have shipping. This is a very noticeable feature between Amazon and eBay, is because usually this refers more to the sellers on Amazon and eBay, because on Amazon you sell your product, and then Amazon will assist you more than eBay does with with shipping packaging, and returns as well. While eBay, the seller is meant to do everything themselves. That includes shipping and packaging as well.